Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be looking at some of the brand new Successor chapters that have come with the new Dark Angel supplement. This is probably one of the exciting things about getting these new supplements, to see all these new and cool chapters that come along. Sometimes they're completely different than their parent chapters. So let's jump in and let's have a little look. So the first chapter is called The Bringers of Judgement, and first off, right off the bat, look at that colour scheme. That is gold and white, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not saying bronze, it definitely looks more gold there. I love the gold helmet, I love the gold pauldrons, the gold arm, the fire that is like shaped on the actual boots and up the leg and stuff. Fantastic. This symbol is some scales, like justice scales or something like that, and the name, Bringers of Judgement. These guys, technically like the Judge Dredd of Warhammer 40,000 or something insane, I don't bloody know. Right, so the text that goes along with these, it says, the Bringers of Judgement are possessed of fanatical zeal that gives the other unforgiven chapters pause. Oh boy, these guys seem insane. When they encounter rebellion, they deem the entire world guilty. What? In their view, weakness even in one citizen indicates weakness in the entire population, and the punishment for that weakness is death. Many atrocities have been committed, have drawn the ire of the Inquisition, though this has not dissuaded them. Holy Emperor, I absolutely love these chaps right off the bat. So technically, if someone like robs an apple on a world, that means the whole world has to burn and die in their eyes. If there's one guilty party, that means everyone is associated to that guilty party, and you all have to be righteously purged in the name of the Emperor. These guys definitely are the Bringers of Judgement. Even more funny is that the Inquisition is getting involved. You know, when the Inquisition gets involved, you may have overstepped the mark. You know, the Inquisition goes around and they burn planets and stuff, but when they look at you and they say, whoa boys, you've been a bit too much here now, you know that you've crossed the line and you may need to step back and take a look at yourself. Next up, we have the Cowled Wardens, and as you can see from their colour scheme, they have like black body armour. Their pauldrons are purple with the gold trim. They have the purple helmet, black power pack. Very, very cool. I do like that when like actual chapters have different colour pauldrons and a helmet. That is one of the inspirations for my Reclaimers of Dawn. So yeah, they basically take that, but of course rework the colours. The chapter symbol itself is, a nice hooded skull figure, which of course it's Cowled Wardens. It all makes sense at the end of the day. Now, onto the lore of these chaps, it states, the Cowled Wardens' base of operation lies within the Syracuse Belt, a part of a region known as the Tears of Perseus. Hopefully I pronounced that right, probably didn't. Rather than a single fortress monastery, the chapter operates out of several hollowed out asteroids. It goes on to say, tasked with the purging of the savage Genegir. I've heard that name before. What kind of Xenos race are they? That terrorize the region. The chapter's secret purpose is the investigation of what the Unforgiven believe to be a large fallen network in the area. So first things first, I love that they're actually like in an asteroid belt. I love the idea of like star bases in asteroid belts. I think it adds to the really rule of cool, and they don't really have a single fortress monastery. They have a bunch of them spread out along this, and they're investigating the fallen network in the area. So these guys are out to find the fallen. They're there to nab them, look up for clues and hopefully report it back to someone or just go after them themselves. That is really, really cool. Again, I love the colour scheme. I love the little bit of lore that goes along with these guys. Now, the next chapter are called the Knights of Abhorrence, and if you think you've heard this name before, you probably have, because we actually have a little bit of information about these chaps from the 40k wiki. The actual 40k wiki states, the chapter maintains a secret 57 protocol with the Death Watch, I have no idea what that is, which sends its battle brothers to serve the Xenos Hunters. But now, of course, with this, we actually have a visual image of what they look like, and of course, we have the little bit of lore that goes in the background as well. So the colour scheme hits me straight away, all in black. They have the nice green trim on the shoulder pads, green on the little wings on the breastplate as well. The chapter symbol is a bit odd. I'm not sure if is that like a Greek Spartan themed helmet. That's where my mind goes to straight away. It looks very, very Greekish when it comes to that, but I don't see any like Greek influence on the design. Like I don't see, wearing those kind of Greek helmets like you see with the Minotaurs, or better known, the Reclaimers of Dawn, who were rocking the Greek stuff way before the Minotaurs, because the Minotaurs are losers. But that's another subject for another time. Now, so when it comes to this chapter, the actual lore states, in the first 8 centuries after their founding, the Knights of Abhorrence fought Solar in the Gaul Stars, blooding their swords with viscera of some of the most dangerous Xenos the Imperium has ever encountered. In the years since, they have patrolled the outer reaches of the Imperium, slaughtering alien horrors whilst acquiring information on the Fallen. It was they who first alerted Azrael to the events in the Somnium stars. So that's pretty cool now. So these guys are basically out in the far reaches of space. They are killing these beasts of Xenos, which probably the Imperium doesn't even know about, these absolute monsters, vile Xenos, and they're also hunting for the Fallen as well, and they're also giving information back to Azrael. That's pretty nice. I do love to see chapters that we only really know like a little line of, get that little bulk of information, and of course get the colour scheme so people can actually start painting that chapter as well. So yeah, that is really, really awesome. Next up, we have the Penitent Blades. I was confused because I'm sure I heard Penitent Blades, but Penitent Blades is something to do with knights, if I'm not mistaken. So this chapter is new as far as I'm aware. Straight off the bat, of course, the colour scheme. I love checky pattern colour schemes, and seeing this, the light blue and the yellow. Light blue is one of my favourite colours, and of course, yellow is another bloody colour I love. Of course, I'm an Imperial Fist fanboy. They have the green chest emblem, which I think it looks a bit odd. Maybe a silver or a gold one may look better there. The actual chapter symbols are 3 swords, which, look pretty cool. Now, when it comes to the lore of the Penitent Blades, it says the Penitent Blades hail from a world with a landmass made up of thousands of small landmasses suspended kilometers in the air above acidic oceans. How this phenomenon occurs is a mystery. So this is basically like Pandora or something, like where it's all floating in the air and stuff. But it has ensured the Penitent Blades are aerial combat experts. Okay, that's pretty cool. Their second company has 4 oversized squads providing gunship pilots rather than the 2 in most other Unforgiven chapters. Okay, so these guys basically spend their time above the world in the air, hovering on planes of little small land masses. That's what I'm getting from this. And through that, they've become aerial experts. Who would have thought, So it's probably going to be very, very, Inceptor heavy, jump pack assault heavy, lots of flyers. These guys probably have an abundance of overlords. Come on, GW, release a bloody overlord flyer already. So yeah, that's pretty nice to see, like a chapter that specializes in a certain form of combat. Next up, we have the Prime Absolvers. Colour scheme for these chaps, they have, it seems to be a dark blue when it comes to the main bulk of their armour. Their arms are in red, their pauldrons are in red, they have the grey trimmings and a blue power pack and a red helmet, of course. When it comes to the symbol of these guys, I don't know about you, but does this look kind of chaotic to you? I'm not saying it's a full chaos symbol, but it's, it has the links to a certain chaos symbol out there. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they need to rethink this one. I guess you can say it looks like a wheel with some spikes in it. But yeah, the first thing that popped into my head was that kind of looks like a Chaos Star. Anyway, on to the actual lore for the Prime Absolvers. It says, Chapter Master Daigle Hahn of the Prime Absolvers, an Ulta founding chapter, first learned of the Fallen from Azrael himself. A headstrong warrior, he saw no reason for his chapter's brethren to feel responsibility borne by many of the Unforgiven. Interesting. To Hahn, the Fallen are no different to other traitors. Though he established an inner circle and specialized companies, he sees the chapter's mission as hunting all the Emperor's foes equally. I love this. This is something I wanted to see from this codex. I didn't want to see every Space Marine successor from the Dark Angels fall in and say, okay, yes, we're going to hunt the Fallen, this is it, Unforgiven and stuff like that. I want someone to say, I don't care, mate. I don't care if they're Fallen. They're traitors, and I'm going to hunt them the same. I wonder if he would be up for keeping the secret as much as the others successor chapters. Like if another chapter came to him and said, hey, why are you hunting these guys? Would he be open to say, well, these are Fallen, they come from our Genesire, the Lion, because he sees that all the foes are equal. He has no reason to keep it a secret. I think that could be a kind of an interesting storyline to go down in the future. And if that did happen, then would all the other Successor Chapters of the Dark Angels who support the Fallen and keeping secrets, would they turn on this chapter and then maybe hunt these chapter as like heretics or something? That, again, that could be cool. It's just me brainstorming off the top of my head. And the last one we're going to be talking about today are the Unnamed. Now, if the Prime Absolvers are like, yo, we don't care about the Fallen, I'll hunt them, but I don't care. The Unnamed are completely on the opposite scale of them. As you can see from their color scheme straight away, they're in yellow. Oh my god, yellow Space Marines, more yellow Space Marines, glorious. I know they have a yellow Space Marine chapter when it comes to the Dark Angels. The name escapes me at the moment, but I know they did have one before these guys were yellow. It's got like an orange trim, if I'm not mistaken, the orange wings on its chest plate. They have like a black grill, like face mask, which is pretty cool, stands out. Their chapter symbol seems to be, is it a feather or a leaf? I'm going to say a leaf. That's what I'm going to go with. I don't know what that represents. Does someone who's got, smarty pants understand what that represents? Maybe there's a bigger picture, what I'm actually missing. When it comes to the lore, it says, when the senior elements of the Unnamed learned from Azrael of the Dark Angel secrets, they felt the weight of their genetic ancestors' guilt heavily on their shoulders. They refused to take a name for their chapter, deeming themselves unworthy. That's why they are, of course, the Unnamed, and refused to take a homeworld, determined that they would never cease to ply the stars until the blight of the Fallen were eradicated from the galaxy forever. So these guys are a fleet-based then. They have no homeworld. They don't see themselves worthy of a name. That's why they call themselves the Unnamed, and they will never rest until all the Fallen have been completely eradicated from the galaxy. Nice bit of lore. These guys are like proper zealous then when it comes to hunting the Fallen and eradicating them. Again, complete opposites to what I think of the Prime Absolvers. Alright, Champions, that's me done for another video. I want to say a massive shout out to a chap called Ed over on Discord for giving me these pages. He sent me he actually managed to get the book earlier from eBay, which is fantastic. What bloody bastard you are. Wish I would have got it. So yeah, massive shout out to him. Awesome stuff. I just want to say as well, all the YouTube reviewers that actually show the rules off and stuff, I know you're doing a great job, but people go past the lore pages. Come on, chaps, show off the lore. Lore is amazing, especially like when you're looking at some of the chapters and stuff like this. This is what I personally look for when I look at these YouTube reviews of people going through the codexes. Yes, rules are cool. Rule always changes, but lore is eternal. The love for the lore is eternal. That's all. That's what I have to say on the subject. Anyway, right. Enough waffling from me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, or anything of some of the chapters, post it down below. Which is your favorite new Successor chapter? Which bit of lore do you like the best? Post it down, and we can talk about it down there. Right. See you in a bit. See you now, and bye.